Alright guys, we are back for tonight's final round as we watch the first draft champion from tonight, Scott Driver, square off against Joseph Deal, who we just saw win in round 2. So we've seen both of these guys' decks tonight. Scott is playing Jund, right?
Yeah, you're correct.
And
Joseph
he's
is going Grixis.
Grixis, but a Grixis aggro deck. So.
Yes. Not to be confused with
Joseph is playing a deck with multiple Taverns Windlords in it. So, Godspeed, Joseph. Congratulations.
Flip the coins.
So, but we will be signing off very shortly after this because I want to go home. I didn't want to go play some Magic, actually. I haven't played Magic tonight. So.
I brought my Commander deck, and I've played 0.
Nib Mizzet? Have you ever thought about switching to the newer Nib
I thought about it not to be as big as of a douche, because, but I've jammed as many combos as I can in it, so,
I also apologize because it looks like the camera has been hit and it's now like askew. Let me go fix that real quick.
Alright, and I will,
Just tell the story.
Oh, well, a story it is. I remember, my first draft, it was 5th on, and I did mono blue. It was pretty bad. But I liked all the unblockable guys, and I really liked tapping 3 lands, and it was pretty bad. But that was,
Does that work?
I think it may have.
Yeah,
a little bit, yeah, it's fine.
Alright.
They can see.
Well, for anyone who's joined us since the beginning, were you done with the story?
Yeah, it wasn't that great. I'm sure we lost some viewers when I told them about my first draft.
We always lose some viewers in between because there's a lot of people just like in and out. And anytime I put up that "we'll be right back" screen, it just drops like flies. But for anyone who's been with us since we first started drafting, it seems like forever ago when Max watched him on the
hand cam.
I really wish we gotten to see Joe's deck because that's really fun to watch him do that. And then hopefully, we can...
Especially when they go far like Max's and you can see,
Yeah, you see the deck in action, yeah. But anyway, here we are at the finals. Both gentlemen have resolved mulligans down to 6. I don't remember who won the rock, paper, scissors. Looks like Joseph did, so... We're off and running. Tonight's final match. Can Scott take down both drafts tonight, or will Joseph win?
His first draft of the night. And they both have pretty slow starts. Here we go, the first play is the Unleash guy. 2-3er. And
there's some
Scott is
doing that thing.
Shuffling, looking, passing.
Okay, what's that guy? Do you know what that guy does? Blue guy?
Not the one with the wonky arms. It's that Steed, the one that I thought had the wonky arms, but he doesn't.
1/3 that gives creature -2/-0.
And I make the most noise.
You did make a lot of noise on it, sir.
More so than you're typing.
I'm sorry. Cliff is now trying to negotiate a trade of the poster for rock, paper, scissors.
I think he's in the poster. He wanted that much.
No refunds, no exchange.
I guess we're shipping it.
I gotta figure out if JB will let me give it.
We may or may not be.
I'll give him a play set of him just so I don't have to deal with the... I don't know if JB was kidding or not.
I think it's a nice touch to the room.
So... losing a little bit of steam here, I'm going to be honest with you. You know what? You know what the best part of FNM is? Volcano burrito on the drive home.
Oh, yeah.
We're not on the drive home.
Yeah.
I always get it, then go home.
Yeah.
Then watch Workaholics on DVR, and then go to bed.
And have the worst feeling probably in the morning.
I don't know. You do it long enough, you develop an immunity.
Well, I mean, I've been pretty, the half-pound cheesy burrito. Been kind of partial to those recently. I one time ate half-pound.
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, yours is far more.
Well, so I've been gone all week on a yearly work conference I go to every year for, and then so that means expense account, and that means a nice restaurant.
Yeah.
And that means on Wednesday night I ate a 16-ounce ribeye.
Ooh.
That's a lot of meat.
Yeah. It is. I was just going to tell you that I ate like the half-pound clams or whatever at Captain D's, and then for dinner I followed it up with a half-pound burrito because I kept my food in increments, and I ate a pound of food that day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very succinct. So there's no Splatter Thug. I like that card a lot.
What?
Splatter Thug.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, First Strike is really good.
I mean, the deck you're playing in, you're not wanting to block anyway. I mean, Unleash is not only is it a very strong mechanic, but I think it's very thematic. I think it's excellent thematics. I mean, it's exactly what a Rakdos deck wants to do. It doesn't care about blocking. It doesn't want to leave anywhere back.
Well, that's why I kind of hate it.
Suicide
I played a couple Unleashed ones in my Exit deck, and it really didn't feel it because I wanted to block with them.
And he's playing. That's the dude that the Fleshbag Marauder type effect, the 4/2 sack a dude. Isn't that what it is?
Apparently, and he sacked the coin flipper.
Well,
so
it's the worst card in Magic.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
It's the Elven Dice poster of Magic cards. There's a question in the stream of whether or not we could hang the camera from overhead. Probably not. I don't think that's very good. We could use a boom mic stand and then just hang it down. That's actually not that hard to do. But the angle that we're getting is pretty good. The camera is not perfect tonight simply because it has been jostled more tonight than it has ever been in the past. So usually just a high angle from the tripod is pretty good. Right now I'm just trying to, there's some other technical issues I'm trying to sort out before I get to like fine-tuning the camera, like picture and stuff like that. That's the 3. There's a 2/3 Unleashed guy, so it's 3/4.
Yeah.
The Transguild Promenade is pretty nice. I like that they had a functional reprint of Rupture Spire, but didn't call it Rupture Spire, so that lets people play 2 of them in EDH. I think it's nice that they support, like...
You think that's true?
That's 100% the reason why they didn't call it Rupture Spire.
Yeah, but I mean, how many of those type lands could you possibly...
Well, if you play like a 4 or 5 color EDH deck and don't have all the cool lands, because you're on a budget...
Understandable.
There's a Rupture Spire in every one of my EDH decks that's multiple colors.
I don't have it. Well, mine's 2, and I didn't have it. When I was playing 3, then yes. But I'm a card vault, so I still had my Reflecting Pools and Exotic Orchard and...
Okay, so...
The 1/1 Regenerator.
Up a block here.
3/1. Is that the 3/1 Vigilance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which...
That's the Ogre Jailbreaker.
Yeah.
So, Scott's
down to 8.
in a need to stabilize here.
Sure.
Because Joseph is playing Cyclonic Rift, and he does have enough to cast it. And that would just win him the game at this point, right?
Yeah. I think anytime.
I really like that card.
Unless he didn't overload it. Unless he didn't overload it and casted it like that, then no, it would not win him the game. But apparently that wasn't the 3/1 guy because it's still alive. I do not know what that is.
I'm a big fan of the cube format, and there are a lot of cards in this set that are very exciting for cube.
See, I think the problem with a lot of the green cards is their art is almost...
Towering Indrik, it's a 2/4 reach.
Okay,
it's a
okay.
Giant Spider.
Okay.
See,
I was thinking it was the other...
Yeah, a lot of these cards are...
I thought it was the Brush Strider, which apparently I need hooked on 5.
So Joseph
and I am a card vault.
So what's that guy called? The guy who's blocking the... pumper with.
The Dredge skeleton type guy.
Ogre Jaber's 4/4 that you can't attack unless you have a gate, and the other one is a
1/1 regenerator.
Grim
I think.
Roustabout.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1/1 regenerator, but you can unleash it.
Which
That seems fine in a defensive deck, which is why he's... Scott's deck's not aggro by any
no,
means.
he is the control, and Joseph is the beatdown. If you had to ask, who?
Is this game 1? This is game 1?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't care for this alligator card, I don't think. It only has 2 ass, and its ability is plus 3 mana and gives it lifelink.
I mean, it's fine. I ran 1 just because to keep it, like, my deck was on a curve, and it fit that curve. Like, I wanted to get in there and just beat the crap out of people, and then, scavenge. And if I scavenged onto it, then, yeah, that made it pretty good.
Joseph drops the Rakdos Signet? Or a Rakdos...
Keyrune.
Keyrune.
Yeah, the 3/1. Which
Keyrune.
I think is the best of all the
Keyrunes
Keyrunes.
look pretty similar to me. It's very hard to pick them apart from distance. That's not the Rakdos. Yeah, it might be the Rakdos. Yeah, it is the Rakdos one. So Scott has a giant spider, an alligator, a 1/1 regenerator, and a 4/4
He
defender.
has a zoo of creatures.
He has a 4/4 defender. And Joseph has a unleashed 3/3 first striker, an unleashed 2 unleashed 2 power guys, 3 power guys. And that's the pumper, right? The guy in the middle.
I believe so.
Now there's a request in the chat for Pokemon cards.
Oh,
or just a general support
just
of Pokemon.
Pokemon. The Pokemans.
Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, I'm sure we could stream Pokemon cards, but it'd be far worse because I don't remember how to play nor what any of the cards do.
No. So Joseph animates the Keyrune and piles in with everybody. Now Scott can block all of them, but I'm not sure how profitably because almost all of them are 3 power guys. We did confirm that the black card in the middle is the guy that you can pump, right?
Yeah, the 0/4. That's not
Shadow.
a wall.
At first, I thought that at initial look, I thought that card was not very strong, but having seen it played out tonight, it's a pretty solid card. So Scott lines up his blocks. Looks like they're good for damage here. So unless Joseph has a trick or something, I think we're gonna. So he can pump that thing so that it kills the alligator, right?
Yeah. Which?
No, he's lining up something. So he decides first strike.
And
He uses his horse, whatever it is, Aquas.
yeah, the -2. Yeah.
It's a -2 on the giant spider. Saves his Keyrune.
And you put them back up. And put it back down.
Well, I think Joseph hadn't assigned damage yet to it.
Okay, yeah, well...
Yeah, it was going to die no matter what. Yeah, Scott just shortcutted it, I think. So a pretty profitable attack for Joseph. He didn't lose any guys, right? Well, he lost one unleashed guy.
Which, I mean... And then Scott's still at 5, so it's not any... I would think any attack would be pretty...
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to slam them all in there every turn from now until the game ends, unless Scott plays some...
I believe Scott needs red mana, I would think.
What's high-end? I think the only red cards is the only red card he's playing is those...
No, there was a lot of hybrid and gold, and just... It was... When I looked at it, it was very all over the place.
I wasn't sure if he was more on the Golgari splashing or the...
Well, I mean, I think he started Golgaria, and then red kept coming. Mm-hmm. Okay...
Was he reading the signals? So he plays another giant spider?
I don't... I think he went for the +4 -4 a lot, and then other red good stuff came his way.
Yeah, the Augur Spree.
I'm going to say he read the signals, and just say that, put him up as a good Magic player. Mm-hmm. And I still hate that the Splatter Thug, for some reason, reminds me of the Red Achroma.
I just want to see him cast Cyclonic Rift. That's a very fun card to watch cast.
Yeah, which, I mean, he has... Which... It's another
It's another
Unleasher Duder.
3-4 unleash, right?
Yeah.
Well, he's 3-4 if you unleash him. 2-3 base, 3-4 unleash. He didn't attack? I guess he can't get through 2 giant spiders. So what are his outs to win here? Dreadbore.
He has the one that deals 5
Psychotic.
damage right off the bat.
Well, Scott must have drawn a blank because he didn't add to his board at all. What is that card? That's the card that does 2 damage and makes him discard, right?
Yeah.
So he's going to do this pre-combat. Empty Scott's hand. Don't tap your swamps. You need your swamps. Don't tap your blue either. You need your blue. No, that's the draw for discard.
Yeah, discard, yeah.
So you have to tap your blue for that one.
Oh, well. Huh.
Magic pro tip, guys. Scott hasn't played Magic in like months, and he just shows up here and takes down 2 drafts.
He plays online a lot.
Does he play online?
Yeah, he plays on Magic Online.
Just limited?
Yeah. I think he's very close to redeeming a set of M13, so.
That's cool. So there's the +2, that's the Is It cycle in the enchantments. That makes his 0-4 pumper a 2-6, and he can give it flying, which is super relevant, isn't it? No, because he has 2 spiders.
Yeah, I mean, I think the +2/+2 makes it relevant because of the flying. I think it can kill the giant spiders. So, the thing, and I can't.
Sorry.
That's all right. Can't see what Scott's flipping in his hands, but to see if he has any out that he's holding or what he has, and then he scoops.
Yeah.
So on to game 2.
That was one of those games of inevitability that there was just a period of time where if Scott draws 2 consecutive blanks, he's just going to lose because every card has to.
Well, yeah, I think his deck was pretty exhausted as well.
Joseph's deck is not what I would call super strong, but it has some very strong cards in
Yeah.
it. I think Scott's deck is a very consistent blend of quality cards, and Joseph's runs very hot and cold. Well, they sideboard. I'm going to take a brief break. You can talk amongst yourself.
Okay. And it's like there's form something. I think really with Joseph's deck, it's really on curve. A lot of 2-drops it seems. I mean, even if he's playing the guy that flip a coin. Scott's, I don't know, kind of the same. And another shuffle up, getting ready for game 2. They're chattering about something, but I can't hear. Doors cracked a little bit. I can't hear what they're chattering about.
Solving the world's problems in here?
No, not really. Worst commentary ever by one man.
It's tough. It's tough to do it by yourself.
It is. Especially when they're just shuffling up the cards.
Yep. Well, like I said, after these guys are done, we're going to take off because it's been a long day of magicking. We have places to go and people to see. So, let's burrito, not a
burrito.
Taco. So let's focus on some of our wrap-up stuff. First off, we'd like to thank Lost Legion Games and Comics for letting us do the stream every week. We do have a live FNM street every week, barring some kind of unforeseen circumstance. 6:30 Eastern Time is usually when our stream goes live. We are drafting this week, obviously, but usually we do have a standard tournament. So starting next week, we'll be back into a new standard. So check us out then, and make sure to visit Lost Legion's website at lostlegiongames.com. Again, we thank everybody who's watched tonight. I know there's a lot of new viewers, and we definitely appreciate your support. Hopefully, we will continue to bring you some quality Magic content.
Yeah, and that's a Splatter Thug right off the bat. And Scott may have the
Shred Freak.
Shred on well. I think Scott might have the Centaur Maker guy.
Yeah, that's the guy he can sack to make.
Yeah, which is good, especially against something like Joseph because he can block.
Yep, and then sack it out. It's 0-1, right? Before you sack it.
Yeah, it's an 0-1, but I mean.
Yeah, the 3/3 is going to be tough for Joseph to attack. That's why we talk about, just to segue into our talk earlier about standard, that's why the red cards, that there are some very good red cards in the new set, but none of them can profitably attack through a 3/3.
No.
So that's why that red deck will not.
Well, I mean, it's also like that's good because it basically it fogs him one turn and then takes care of the creature the next.
I wonder if a card like with as many tokens as there are, I wonder if a card like Silent Departure is playable in standard in some form.
I mean, it could be, but I think
it is a sorcery.
It's a sorcery, and I think with the tokens, I don't know. There just seems like there's going to be more than one. I know it flashes back, and I mean, it's a good.
Yeah, it's not. It's a good point. You're not going to get beat by a token. You're going to be by all the tokens.
All of them in the world, but it does have flashback, which helps.
I mean, the right deck, especially like in a control deck, like a tempo.
Yeah.
If you're just trying to get to your late game, or even in something like a Bant green-white deck, it just gives you tempo against them.
I mean, you'd probably even be better just to play Cyclone Rift. Like, there's just better things, I guess, out there. Like
that's a good deck, like a Bant mid-range deck that plays Cyclone.
Well, I think like
Cyclonic Rift, right? Is that what it's called?
I think Sever the Bloodline's probably going to go up in playability now. Yeah.
I've been a big proponent of that for a while.
I think that's a good card to pick up right now because it's very under the radar for a sideboard, and I wouldn't even be too mad to even play one in main.
Yeah, I mean a lot of the blue-black control decks before that lost favor were playing one. Mm-hmm. I play one. That's one of those cards. He is flipping. Do you see what's happening here?
No, did he flip the coin?
He's flipping the coin. So what's happening here?
And I think he lost.
Yeah. Don't do that anymore, Joseph. We'll go out there.
Which I think I would talk my opponent into flipping it every turn if he did it once.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you not want that?
What's happening here, for those of you who are not aware, is that Joseph is activating this card, which we have previously determined to be the worst card in this set.
Because it does not show the midriff.
It doesn't do anything. It literally doesn't do anything.
It flips a coin.
It's a 2/2. You can't go wrong with a Grizzly Bear, but...
I think in Magic R&D, there was a guy that was a huge proponent of that card, and they kept pushing it off. Be like, no, not this set, man. Next one.
He's been fun.
And he was like, come on. I need this flip card. And they finally gave him his wish.
I don't know why the... it's not just me seeing that. The colors flashing in and out.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. We are, to a certain extent, reaching the physical limitations of my laptop, which, I don't know, if I keep getting 60, 70 viewers a night, maybe I can nickel and dime my way to a new machine.
Maybe.
Although, to be perfectly honest, there is absolutely no way of recouping any funds. This is all just gratis. Yeah. I'm not making a red cent. Okay, so someone is saying that the worst card is actually Urban Burgeoning, so that's fun.
Give that one a little... Oh, the land? Does it destroy the... Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a contest now. We're seeing, is it this card?
Which I misread that. I was like, my land already untaps during my untap step. Why do I need it to have a card to do that?
Here's the difference.
Then I realized that it does it on every single one.
Here's the difference, Professor. Urban Burgeoning is playable in EDH.
Oh my god.
The black card is not playable in anything.
Oh my god. You can say that about anything. Like if you
I can't say it about Tavern Smuggler.
Because you can feel better about opening a pack because you can just go, oh, this rare is good in EDH, and that makes you feel better about opening a crap rare.
I like EDH.
But what if you have a coin flip deck in EDH?
It's not
you have to fill it out. You have to fill it out. You have to fill the colors out.
There's enough.
I don't think there's enough. Apparently, a professor believes with me.
That we're getting confirmation in the chat that playable EDH is just a code word for crap on a card. That card is actually playable though, and I mean there's a lot more Silver Bullet lands in EDH that you would want access to every turn.
Why don't you just play Seaborn Muse?
You can play both. That's what EDH is.
Oh my gosh,
it's all just
value. Oh, I'm sold now. Oh.
Look,
Oh
I'm
my
not saying that if you run home tonight and put that in your EDH deck that your life will change for the better.
I think it will because I will win more at EDH.
What I'm saying is that it's literally there's nothing can be worse than that Tavern Swindler. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the flashing colors. If anyone wants to offer some,
I hope that nobody can get seizures because
I mean it's the first time it's ever done it. So
yeah.
I don't know if we're overloading or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I apologize for the color fading in and out.
Apparently, after 11, the stream just cannot have it.
That's just another knock on Scott's playmat. It's the only thing you're seeing.
It is. I kind of like it.
You would. You hate urban burgeoning. Of course you would like this playmat.
Oh, I need to call the burn unit after that one.
Oh my goodness. It's very interesting because I can feel over the course of the night, I can feel the points at which like all the energy just leaves my body.
Yeah.
It's just like a brick wall. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we started the first draft tonight at 5:20 p.m. So 6 full hours.
I've been up pretty early because Maury comes on at 9 o'clock and I have to be up to watch it on my days off.
I know a lot of you have not watched our coverage before, but here's one of the few facts you need to know about Adam Vickers. He loves Maury Povich.
I love him. I even looked it up, but fortunately it's a 10-hour drive to get to Stamford, Connecticut.
Didn't earlier this week you post on your Twitter a bucket list that contained two tasks? What were the 2 tasks?
Okay, I'm kind of... It had 2 tasks, and I hate that it had 2 tasks because once they're done, I have no reason to live. Mm-hmm. But one is to go to Camden Park, which is a local amusement park in West Virginia that nobody will go with me because they say it's a waste of time and I will die.
It's dangerous.
And the second one is to see Maury.
Is that to determine if you are the father or you are not the father?
I work at a bank, and I had a picture of Maury, and it said, the results are in, you signed the loan.
Did you get in trouble for that?
No, I can't say that to a client, but I got in trouble for other reasons.
It's an inadvertent plug for Maury Povich.
No. And also, the Steve Harvey show comes after Maury for even better value.
I've never watched that, but I do like Steve Harvey's work on Family Feud.
Yeah, he's probably the best one. Louis Anderson.
The worst.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
No, I go Steve Harvey, then I go Ray Combs, then I go Richard Dawson, and then I don't acknowledge any of the hosts.
Did you know that he was born in Welch, West Virginia, and went to WVU?
Who did?
Steve Harvey.
No.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. My mom told me that.
Is she lying to you?
No, I wikied it, and maybe whoever wrote his Wikipedia article lied, but he is from Welch, West Virginia. No, I did not check my sources, but
I don't believe it.
But apparently now Joseph is at 3 Life, and Scott is at 11.
I really apologize.
We have went way off track.
One of my biggest pet peeves in Magic, like stream coverage, is when the people don't even talk about what's going on. But
yeah, because Joseph and Scott are probably going to go back and be like, oh, we didn't, what are they talking about? We were playing Magic and they were talking about Maury.
Yeah, I think he launch partied there. Does launch party target players too?
Maybe.
You sack a creature and
I guess Joseph went to 1. We can look. I think we're at a launch party right now.
We are.
So, let's see what the card does. I think that should have been the launch party foil, even though it is a common. Or is it uncommon? Yeah.
So launch party.
Okay, yeah, that would have killed him.
Yeah. Because he had enough. He could
yeah,
push
he was at 1.
through.
Yeah, well, he was at 1. I think Joseph went down to 1 life.
Okay.
That's what the see, it was 1 to 11, and that did it.
Well, like I said, we are at Lost Legion. We want to thank those guys for letting us do this every week. It's actually it's mildly inconvenient for them for us to set up all our equipment. and especially tonight on the drafts, while JB's just trying to do as many drafts as he can, and we're trying to coordinate stuff. So we definitely appreciate their willingness to do this, and definitely encourage everybody to support them. Come out next week to West Virginia State's. They are organizing the event this year, so support them there. You can buy and sell and trade Magic cards on site. And then also, one last plug for our giveaway. Every week we give away a set of rock, paper, scissors cards from Unglued. It's a fun way to start your Magic game, so if you'd like to win your own play set, simply follow me on Twitter at ZachSellsMagic. Look for the giveaway tweet, which I posted tonight about 8 o'clock Eastern, I think. It's the one that says giveaway, retweet to win. It's very easy to find. If you retweet it next week, we'll put everybody who retweeted into a drawing, randomly choose a winner, and I will mail you your own play set of cards. So, we appreciate everybody who's watching. Please follow us on Twitch. That's a very
probably the best.
It's the best. It is. Like, if you want to consume Magic content, if you're having a good time watching the show, and you want to watch in the future, following on Twitch is the best thing you can do. Sign up for an account, and don't just follow us. Follow other streams that you like, because they will send you a notification anytime the stream goes live. So, for Friday Night Magic broadcasts like we're doing right now, we start the same time, same place every week. But if we do a cube draft or a casual draft or some legacy event during the week, the only way you're going to know about it is if you subscribe.
Yeah, which I didn't even know about that function.
It's
they
very
would
nice.
email to you, and be like,
I
hey.
follow 2 or 3 streams myself, and there'll be times I'm sitting at home, and then I'll get an email that says, hey, they're streaming a cube draft, and I'll say, like, well, I'm not doing anything. I'll watch it on the laptop while I'm doing chores or whatever. So, we're down to Game 3 in the finals of this draft, and Joseph Deal on the play.
Looks kind of like the last game.
With an on-curve Rakdos Shred Freak. Come in.
I want to tell you happy birthday after I was telling you in person.
Hey, thanks.
Told you on the Facebook, but that's not real life.
It counts. I appreciate it.
I knew you were still here.
Yeah. Been commentating.
I have 3 Jaces now.
Oh.
3. Max Turner has 3 Jaces. But
Do you want an award, or what I mean?
That's why I did that.
Oh, well.
We're going to eat with us, or you're staying commentating?
I'm going to stay, and then it's a friend's birthday, and everybody's going to be at my house.
Are you going tomorrow night to the
Yeah.
tournaments? You going to go around with me, or?
I can.
We don't all need to drive cars, so.
I can do
I'm
that.
not drink or anything.
I think it says 7 on the thing. Come whenever the hell you want to. I don't care.
Well,
Come
we're
early,
6
come later.
to 6, so
Yeah.
we're probably going to come after that.
I'm just going to be there. The W football game is going to be on. Then there's going to be
Are you grilling?
alcohol. Huh? I don't know. I think we'll get pizza or something. I don't want to grill because it's more work for me. It's my goddamn birthday.
Oh, I understand. I'll grill. I still don't have a grill.
No, I don't even think my grill. There's something wrong with my grill, actually.
Well, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And,
I appreciate
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Garrett called me, wanted me to go to Cincinnati. He had a free spot in his car, but not ready.
You have 3 Jaces now. Why are
But
you
I
not
think-
ready?
I think, like you said, I'm trying to be too greedy.
Yeah, you are. You're too greedy.
See you later.
All right, bud. So. So your Cyclonic Rift for just the one dude, right?
Yeah. Which was the scat work? I don't know.
Yeah,
Max was talking to me about,
I got distracted by Max's.
3
image.
Jaces.
Jason's a heck of a Magic card.
Yeah. Any of them.
I like the new one a lot. I don't like the Corset one.
Like the first one the most, I believe.
It's the only one I play in my cube.
With the first one? Or which one? The 3-dropper?
The lore one.
Yeah.
It's a very well designed Magic card. It's on theme. It costs 3.
Simple.
Goes to 5. Loyalty immediately. So, Joseph's coming to World of
And he's flipping the coin, I believe. Oh, he's attacking with him. Never mind.
I don't think he's going to. I think he's learned his lesson. In fact, I think I just heard him out there say that he did it once before and he's not going to do it again.
What?
It's the
No.
worst thing you can do.
I don't think it's the worst thing. I think tapping all your lands and then passing the turn without playing anything is the worst thing you can do. Actually, the worst thing I've ever done is preordained, trying to be techie, didn't play my land that turn, because I was like, oh, I'm going to preordain and make it look like I'm searching for my land. Guess what I didn't play?
You forgot to play your land.
I forgot to play my land. That was the last time I ever did that.
Happens.
Like, oh, I'll be like LSV and do this.
So, Scott gets in there for 4, then taps out for Giant Spider. So we see a Dreadbore. We're getting some feedback from the Warhammer guys.
Yeah.
So there's Dreadbore on the Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty good card, especially going later game. Like, that would have been a lot.
There's some discussion about the price of Jace and whether it's worth it. I make no kind of financial commentary on the quality of the card, but it is very good. It's very good.
I don't think it's a 4 of like everybody's saying it is.
I don't think so either.
I think 2. I kind of like Cameo better.
I mean, they're very similar cards. Tameo just locks down one. Tameo's better, gets one big dude.
Yeah.
Jason's better, gets a swarm.
I haven't played with any of the new cards, really. Or Jace 4.0.
I've played with the new Jason testing. It's very good. I mean, in worst case scenario, like it's a 4-cost card that gains you some life, and you do mini factor fiction.
Yeah.
I really like Vraska, actually. I would love to see Vraska in a 1-up as like a 1-up in a 5-up.
I can't wait because I know there's going to be some little kid. I'm not going to have any outs to her, and he's going to go, I've never done this before, and he's going to kill me with assassin tokens. That is my fate to that. Just like when I lost to Zombie Apocalypse, and the guy went, well, I've never been able to do this before.
I think I remember that game, though. That guy was kind of a tool.
Yeah, he was.
He was like a guy, he made it seem like he'd never played Magic before, but like he drove up here for that pre-release from the other shop.
No, I don't think I've ever seen that one guy before. I think the best one...
He played Magic before.
There was a guy that got Scott because he was like, oh, I've never played in a long time. I've got kids and families and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, what is it, the one where you look at their hand and you draw a card?
The Taxian Probe?
He probed him.
The
guy had to start there, yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy, though, Daniel.
Yeah.
Like, he really doesn't get to play that much.
Yeah.
He did have a stock
He had a stock ever, yeah.
Did he just roll that die trying to gain life?
I think he did because he's at...
He was at 8. There it is. And so Scott Driver is your two-time. A very, very strong performance out of him.
Mm-hmm. Especially since I discounted a deck, I do believe, earlier.
And look, I don't even have to change the thing. So, wrap up. One thing I do want to discuss. So, feel free to chime in the chat as well. We watched 2 drafts tonight. We watched 1 actual draft. As far as the pick selections, we watched 6 games amongst a variety of different decks. My question to you guys, and to Michael, and to Adam both, since you both drafted tonight, what cards did you see tonight, both in the coverage and in your decks, that you were pleasantly surprised with? What cards caught you? What cards did you figure out tonight were a lot better than you thought they might have been?
Well, one card that I played in my deck that I knew, had some potential, but I guess I missed a pretty obvious application of it was the Golgari Imposter. It's the 2/2.
Hold on, we've got technology.
Oh, we got technology. All right. I think it's called Golgari Imposter.
It is not called that.
It is called a 2/2 creature for a green and 3 colorless that has to be blocked.
Is it something Imposter?
Well, we have this book right here. I'm sure...
I just wanted to put the picture up.
Yeah, I understand, but we can find the name.
Well, anyway, long story short, all creatures that can block him have to do so.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, so if the board stalls, I'll get this out, I'll swing in, and, get in the last points of damage. That was my plan for him. What it actually ended up happening was I would play him, And I also ran like 3 giant growths in my deck.
Oh.
So I would just attack and be like, I'm
Decoy.
going to kill all your guys because you have
Yeah,
to block.
just removal.
So,
Go Gary a
so
decoy.
they turned out to be really good reusable removal if you've got a lot of combat tricks.
Yeah, and even then, like it's like you can create a board state where you can just use him as an alpha strike tool. It's like the old provoke mechanic, where he's not that great, but he at least makes everybody else great because he eats all the damage.
Yeah.
This is the card you're talking about, correct?
That guy, yeah. He was better than I.
Oh, and he has
expected him to be.
scavenge as well.
Yeah, he even has
Yeah.
scavenge. I
Seems
never
pretty solid.
scavenged him, but every time I got him out, he just ate the other guy's board.
Are there any cards in the new set that give Death Touch or something comparable?
Not that I'm aware of.
But I mean, with Giant Growth, it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
With any of those, plus the cycle of enchantments,
Yeah.
it seems pretty good as well.
I think I was running like 3 giant growths. Then I had some of the put 2+1/+1 counters on creatures.
The card that I am most, the card that I was surprised with the most, I talked about it multiple times, but in case anybody hasn't seen it, we'll go ahead and bring up the picture. But there's a very,
And
Are we
that's
dead?
the end of
Are we
it.
dying? Is that what happened?
don't know.
Apparently we've exceeded
All right,
our...
there we go.
Okay.
Something, it almost blew up, but we're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
This young man, Knightly Valor, when you look at this right on the top, it just looks like a very expensive, overcosted enchantment, but the fact that it makes a body, the fact that it pumps your guy, the fact that it gives it vigilance, and the body has vigilance too, the token has vigilance. We saw Scott win the first draft basically on the back of this card. Every card that had this on it had to be dealt with. It just changes the race math so tremendously.
I think I had 2 in my deck, and it didn't disappoint. It was good. I even populated the little vigilant dude a couple of times.
Adam, what about you?
I really like the urban burgeoning.
You're the worst.
I am.
Urban
But
Burst.
no,
They put through
actually,
that book just for the hardest to
but
pronounce
yeah,
cards.
actually, Assassin Strike. I know it's 6 mana, destroy target creature,
Thanks, bud.
but I never really had trouble casting it, and I always had trouble because it always had a target. And what is the one with the mono? Yeah, Ultimate Price has a mono.
Destroy target creature's controller discards a card.
Yeah, and
It's very expensive.
So it is, but
It's 2 for 1.
yeah, I
And
didn't really
it's,
care.
it's unconditional removal, which
Which is
there's
I
not a
think
lot. There's
not
this
a
and
lot,
Dreadbore.
Yeah, so I think that's a bit. And
Ultimate Price is not very good.
no, it's
I mean, it's fun. You play it.
yeah,
You would
but it's not.
play it, but
It
it's
was
not
dead
a
card.
blade.
No,
It does not
it was
go
a
for
hard.
the throat.
It was. Ultimate Price was definitely a dead card in my hand a lot, but Assassin Strike, even with like the key runes and stuff like that, I was able to play it.
You need to have an out to
Yeah,
get some
and
of
most of the time when I hit 5 or 6 mana to play it,
These games
the
are going
creature,
long.
yeah, the creature I wanted to kill was there. I didn't want to, get some 2/1 that's not going to do anything. I didn't want to get some 1/1 lifelink or cat. I wanted to get, their big, like 3/3 flyer that's going to bounce my, my giant spider every time.
Right, how many games did we watch tonight where the winner would have, the whoever won would have changed if you just had a spot removal spell?
Yeah.
If Joe could have killed Scott's Sphinx, or Max could have killed Sphinx, or whatever, whichever that game was, just not being able to remove any creature is pretty tremendous.
I'm out.
So.
See you at the party.
All right, bud. Congratulations.
Process.
Scott taking off. Just wins all the money and just takes home. Takes off, that's how it is. But anyway, anything else you guys would like to mention? Any fun anecdotes from tonight? Did you get some good sweet trades, Michael?
I did. I got a Black Sun Zenith for my EDH deck.
Nice.
Um,
I have like 100. I didn't know you were looking for it.
Well, speaking of EDH, I got a chance to play Grave Betrayal Wednesday. I expected it to be good, obviously, but it was better than I expected. Just a complete blowout. I got out No Mercy. A couple turns later, dropped Grave Betrayal. A couple turns later, Plague Win. I went on to win that game, in case you were wondering.
So, for those of you who don't know,
Absolutely.
Grave Betrayal, 7-cost enchantments. Anytime something dies, you get it back with, Undying. It basically is all the opponent's creatures Undying, but you get them, right?
Yeah. And
So I'm sure that's pretty good with also...
With No Mercy?
With no Mercy, and what's the other one? Shoot. It's 5 mana, sorcery.
Oh, Black Market.
No, it's not Black Market.
It's good with Black
from
Market.
yeah, it's good with that, but it's also...
You know what's good with Black Market? Just anything.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
from Tempest.
Creatures dying. That's
What
what's
is
good
it?
with
What does
that.
it do?
It exiles the creatures in play.
Living Death?
Yeah, Living Death.
Oh, exile all creatures in graveyards and sacrifice creatures in
Yeah.
play. So you would just get everybody's stuff
Yeah.
back anyway.
You play that card? You should
Which I
play
guess they
tomorrow.
don't die, they
Yes,
exile
they
though.
should.
Does it work with that?
It exiles
No, but
the
the
graveyard. and
yeah,
then
the graveyards are
the
exiled,
play
but then they
attack.
die. The creatures in play die, so it will trigger.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Pretty good.
Yeah, you
it
get
was an
all the
absolute blowout.
creatures.
It was an amazing card.
There's even some goblins in the new set for me to put in my goblins EDH
Oh.
deck. So
The one that makes the blue spell is cheaper, right?
the one that makes
instant-
token,
yeah,
the one that
the
makes 4 dudes, I think is
Oh.
the one I was talking
Oh, I
about.
thought you meant the instants and sorceries one less.
All right, so I think we're officially tapped out here. Just one final reminder: States is next Saturday. And States and Provincials next Saturday and Sunday, depending on your specific location. Go to sleeveup.com for more information. They'll tell you where to find out where your venue is and who you need to contact tournament organizer-wise. We are going to stream States next week, God willing. So hopefully it'll be myself, Brett Rose, and potentially Michael Taylor, based on availability and desire. So check that out. The other thing is I wanted to say, what was I going to say? Can't remember. But anyway, one last
Tune
thing.
in next week and find out.
Obviously, follow us on Twitch so you can get updates when we go live. Follow us on and subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get notifications whenever we post the archives. If you have any comments or suggestions, contact me on Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. Otherwise, we appreciate the 50 to 60 random people that watched tonight that haven't watched before. It's been a lot of fun. So, from Adam Vickers, Michael Taylor, and myself, thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.